नमस्कार कि मैं आपके साथ में नहीं आ पाया इसलिए आई एम वेरी सॉरी. You all are respected because you have spared time for the science. I am trying to cover the ethical considerations in publications today. In my brief presentation of almost 30 minutes, I try to cover some overviews, although it's not sufficient, but yes, we will be able to give you some ideas. Before I start my presentation, I would like to give you a disclaimer that I am not being paid for speaking here from any source. I do not have copyright on the information I am providing here. It is all compiled from other sources. I have no conflict of interest and I can share this presentation with anyone who is interested. For using this presentation, I have taken these sources from India and international literature. Let's come to the scientific knowledge. The objectives of the research is to extend human knowledge beyond what is already known. But the individual's knowledge enters the domain of science only after it is presented to others in such a fashion that they can independently judge its vanity. It means if you have knowledge and if you are not shared and others are not agreeing to it or judging its validity, till that time your knowledge remains to you. It doesn't become a scientific knowledge. Now, to share the scientific knowledge, we use various platforms. One of them is like today I am presenting in front of you. It is actually an attempt to establishing the reliability of scientific knowledge. The other way of presenting the scientific knowledge is by making publications. However, if you do a research and if you do not publish, then it is only privileged to you. It is not for the use of the mankind. Now, when we try to define the paper, in terms of the scientific publication, then it is an organized description of the hypothesis, data and conclusions intended to instruct the reader. And if your research does not generate papers, it might as well have not been done. So, those who are the youngsters, I would like to give you a message. If you do not publish, better not to do. And there is another word by great scientist Miller that if it wasn't published, then probably it wasn't done for the purpose of sciences. We all know in our journal it's a triad like pediatric dentistry triad. We have an editorial team, we have reviewers where we use their expertise, and we have authors from whom we expect some responsible behavior. Now, authors have lots of responsibilities, but in terms of ethics, yes, they are supposed to do a good research, new research which is scientifically important for the country or the society, for the medical sciences. All the authors, those who are listed by one of the main authors, should support and agree to all the contents of the presentation. They all should agree that your manuscript will be examined by the anonymous reviewers and should be able to provide the copies of the work submitted elsewhere or published elsewhere, as well as also ready to share the data in case somebody asks for a secondary calculation. And they should also be able to provide copyright permission if figures or tables need to be reproduced from other source to your publication. And the authors are also responsible to write their proper affiliation or as on date rather than writing the past. Now, reviewers are actually the backbone behind whole of the science of publication. They have to do the spotting of fraud and misbehavior. They have to evaluate the caliber and validity of the research. They also have to offer the constructive criticism for improvement and promoting accountability and transparency in the research. And in case if you are a subject expert and you are looking at